We went straight to the ocean, which that was one of the highlights for me. Yeah, I think they call it Geneva. Anyway, and we hung out at the ocean. That was a great memory. I got in the water a little bit, halfway in the water, which I really wanted to do. Then we stayed at a farm. That was one of my favorite places to stay because it had room. That was the main theme for me this vacation. I liked the accommodations that had space.
After we left the homestead, did we go to the castle before? You know the tourist place?
Yeah.
That was before Jeremy, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And that was cool. It was just a historical site.
Fort St. Bard, I think.
Yeah. And we went high up and we could see the city from the top of the fort. Very beautiful, scenic place. In that town, Tim, his sister, and the kids, they would go down, climb down the rocks and into the water. And I was not doing that. I was
Yeah, that was an interesting little bridge back behind the end of the road at the church, and then there's a bridge behind it with a garden across the stream, and then you can go down into the stream. Yeah,
it's a cool place. We left there, and did we go to Switzerland? Mm-hmm. Did we? Okay, that was when we went to Brig.
Right.
Which I loved Brig. I mean, the Swiss people are very orderly. They're like a nation of OCDers.
Clean.
Yeah, I love it. Oh, but you know what? One thing we did when we crossed from Italy into Switzerland, we stopped on the side of the highway and saw this beautiful overlook that had green water and just very scenic. It was cold, but it was so serene. So we go to Brig and have some great frites and sausage. It was a nice little place that we stayed at for one day. I loved the town there. They had a little river that streamed through it. There was was that a castle right across from the hotel? It was like you look out the window and there was a castle or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
We didn't go to it, but Tim's family did visit it. After Brig, we went
to the mountaintop. We went to the restaurant where you had horse.
True. Oh my God, horse is good. Don't judge me. Judge the horse. His nephew licked the plate of horse. That's how good it was. It was good.
Yep. Yeah, everything in that restaurant was good. It was a whole bunch of Italian, pasta dishes, and then also almost I guess German. I mean, Switzerland is a mix of Italian, German, and French, and so it was a mix like that. So but everything in that restaurant was good. It's at the head of a valley in the Alps, so sheer cliffs on either side of this valley, and it was at the head of the valley.
There's that waterfall coming down, all the bricks down the stream and through there. I took a panorama to show you the split. But right up there you can see all the water just cascading down. Awesome.
Right out of the cloud. The waterfall's coming out of the cloud, coming down the mountain, and you can hear it.
So awesome.
Down the stream.
So after that restaurant, that's when we went directly into the mountains. Really cloudy. Oh wait, we took that train. Mm-hmm. We drove our car onto a train to get to the mountains.
Yeah, that was very interesting. It's completely silent when it starts. It's really weird how silent it is when it starts out.
Wow. Where are we going?
Lochberg. Right there. Lochberg Tunnel is what we're on. This train is almost like a ferry where you just drive right on, but you don't even realize you're driving onto a train. You just swerve off onto this little roadway, and it's all metal grate, and it's actually the train that you're driving onto.
Yeah, and this is through a mountain, in case you're wondering. I can say this is my first time being on a train that is transporting me while I'm in my car.
Yeah. Mine too. I mean, this is unlike anything I've ever seen. anywhere in the United States, definitely.
Wow.
Cool. And now we're in the Swiss Alps, which is obvious from the architecture. Very quintessential Swiss Alps architecture. There we go. That's what we're on, except ours has a canopy.
Yeah. These are the
There it
canopies.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that raised platform on the end is what you drive onto, and then we took a train. Then we parked at a different train, took it halfway up one of the Alps mountains, and then had to take a gondola or a tram up the rest of the mountain to a resort on the top of the mountain,
and then walked from that tram to the resort.
Yeah. And so that resort was cool. Very difficult to access, and it snowed there. So we had gone from swimming in the Mediterranean to snow in the Alps. Very cool.
Having fun yet?
Very unusual. Very unique. It's a railroad with teeth in the middle of the track because it gets so steep. Because our hotel is at the top of the Alps. Bye. We're heading toward the clouds. There's a waterfall.
Is that water running down there? Yeah, okay.
Sheila is banned from selecting sites. That's craziness. How you feel, Ethan?
That is Kath and Sheila running down the mountain with Braxton. Kath and Braxton got to the peak, the small peak here. I think that might be Interlaken in the little V of the mountains, the valley of the mountains down there at the end of the valley. This is our peak at Männlichen.
After the mountain stay, we split from the group.
Yeah.
And we
wanted to come back towards the warm weather, and so we came down to the lake region north of Milan, and stayed at White Lilac, right, which was an impressive building, magnificent architecture and history. Lots of famous people had owned it or stayed there. Right near one of the lakes, we had dinner on the lake.
How you doing?
I am loving life.
Yeah. Oh, so gorgeous.
So what was your favorite part of today?
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's really difficult. Okay, so leaving the mountains and going from there's so many bits and pieces of the day that when you compress them together make it such a wonderful experience. Going from being in the Swiss Alps filled with snow and craziness and down those crazy switchbacks and then coming to this, I love it all. I love all the experience.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of different things. This was our stay for the night. 4 stories all of it. The 4th is somewhat small and magnificent grounds. Reminds us of Miami. There are citrus trees everywhere around this property. You can see one down by the pool, 1 or 2. And then we have the view of the lake. And then we have all these citrus trees. Some are orange, they look like, some are lemon, and some are what we call lime, lemon and lime. Those are not consistently named throughout the Americas. But greenish and yellowish citrus. And some that sort of looks orange. Beautiful.
He's where? In Egypt?
Yeah.
And then there's women.
The Sultan of Egypt, who it looks like gives him permission to stay in the Middle East. So maybe Egypt down in the Middle East at that point.
Is that the Sultan up there?
Yeah, I assume so. And this is Francis in his traditional outfit, or yeah, that's Francis, but also his followers. And the Sultan is offering Francis money on that plate, the gold coins on the plate.
Got it.
So we thought about staying there 2 nights, but instead we went to a new place, which was one of my favorite again.
Yeah.
A sort of spa, bed and breakfast type place.
They had a hay bath, a hydro massage pool, a fire pit. They had a steam room, and they had an emotional shower. You ready for your emotional shower?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm prepared to go there.
I give you an emotional shower every day.
Yes. You shower me with emotions.
Oh my, this water is not as hot as you think it is, but it's really warm. It's the perfect temperature for me.
Yeah. Which was just chromotherapy. It's
Yeah.
Just, there's just different lights and different
Water portions spraying from 2 shower heads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. It was nice. But yeah, that whole place was great.
But this trip was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm really happy that we experienced this together.
Definitely learning a lot.
All right. See y'all.